Hey guys, it's Lisa Holt with Lisa Holt Design Group, and you all may know, but we are located down in Southern California, Newport Beach actually. We've been having a number of earthquakes, and I thought it might be a good time to kind of talk a little bit about some of the things that you want to make sure you do in your home to keep your design intact and also keep you and all your loved ones safe. The number one thing to remember is never hang anything over your bed. Not pictures, not shelves, anything. Not your bed, not your kids' beds. I was in the Northridge earthquake, and I can tell you firsthand that stuff flies around the room, and you do not want to have to, if you're waking up in the middle of an earthquake, you do not want to have to be dodging artwork flying at you, broken glass. Sculpture can become projectiles. You want to just make yourself safe and make your kids safe, so make sure nothing is nearby above you on the bed. So the second thing is about your artwork, actually. Now that you've made sure that there's nowhere near there's nothing near your bed, you want to make sure that you are hanging them with a specialty kind of hanger, and it's called Quake Hold. It's amazing picture hook. Now I'm going to put the link down below here, but what it does is it's a hook that actually locks wire in place, so even if you were to lift the picture up abruptly, it would not come off the wall, all right? So you want to do that. The second thing that's a really good tip is if you've got nice artwork, try and hang it with UV plexiglass instead of glass, all right? UV plexi protects fine artwork just as well as glass does, but should it break or should it come off that wall, it won't shatter like glass does. Third thing to think about, and I'm still kind of on your walls here, is if you're going to be putting up shelves, try and avoid installing glass shelves, because again, glass is so fragile and it will shatter everywhere. Think about using other materials. There's all kinds of things. Wood, plexi, resins, all kinds of things that you can do. And obviously, we're going to cover in the next tip what you're doing with the things that are going on those shelves. Number 4 is if you do have open display shelves, you're going to want to attach everything, anything that's your artwork or your glassware, anything like that, you're going to want to make sure that it's fastened to the shelf with something called Quake Hold or putty. All right, there's 3 types that I've used before. I'm going to put the links down below. One brand is Quake Hold, one brand is Museum Putty, and a third one is Sticky Putty. All of them have either white or clear options so that you don't see the stuff underneath your products. The next thing to think about is if you have tall furnishings, like either bookshelves or an armoire, something like that, you're gonna want to attach those furniture pieces in 2 places, top and bottom. You're gonna use either L brackets or Velcro straps. You can get both in the links below. And this is the reason. I've been in both kinds of quakes. There's rolling quakes and there's shaking quakes. And if you're in a rolling quake, the object will tend to walk across the room, all right? If you're in a shaking quake, it's going to fall over. And so that's why you want to attach them at both ends. And of course, we want to talk about your television. If your television is wall mounted, and many are now, you're most likely to be okay unless it's a horrible tumbler. But if your television is sitting on a piece of furniture or a credenza, you want to do 2 things. You want to attach that furniture to the back wall or the floor with L brackets so it doesn't move. And then you want to make sure that the television itself is attached to the furniture below with a whole lot of that quake putty. Another thing to consider is your kitchen. And I know it sounds like a hassle, but what I would highly recommend is that you install the child-proof latches on all your swing open cabinets. And that's because in an earthquake, whether it's a roller or a shaker, the cabinets automatically pop open and everything that's inside will come flying out and break on your floor. So especially in cabinets that may have decorative glassware or anything specialty, drinkware, that kind of thing, you absolutely must put those on, and it will save everything you've got in there. You can't prevent things from moving inside it, but you can prevent it from coming out onto the floor. Like I said, when I walked into my kitchen after the Northridge earthquake, I had 15 inches of broken glass, shattered pottery, everything I owned, kitchenware, the refrigerator was on the floor. It was a nightmare. Now, these last two tips aren't really for your interiors, but they will absolutely serve to keep you and your home and its contents safe. The number one thing you must remember to do before another quake happens is you must find your gas meter and where it enters the building. Get hold of a wrench that you can use to turn the gas meter off and zip tie it or strap it or somehow weatherproof tape it to the actual pipe. Because in an earthquake, it's often in the dark, things are moving around. If that gas is running and there are downed power lines somewhere, the next thing that's going to happen is your house is going to go up in flames. So that is my number one thing for you to make sure you remember. My house actually caught fire in Northridge. Now, clearly I'm still here, so we survived, but I would not want anyone to go through that again. And then the second thing that you want to do, and you don't really think about it, I certainly didn't in the Northridge quake, is if you have a standard hot water tank, usually it's in your garage or someplace where it can fall over, you have to double strap it to the wall. Double strap, just like the tall pieces of furniture, on the top and on the bottom. Because again, that's something that has gas feeding to it, so you don't want those lines to break open. And then the second thing is, like in the Northridge quake, if it's in your garage, mine fell over on my car. So not only did I have a damaged hot water heater, but now I also had a damaged car. Comment down below, because I always want to know what you want to know. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and I look forward to answering all your questions again soon. Stay safe.